Well, many people swear by the benefits of yoga, but it is not just for us grown-ups. Kids can benefit too. Did you know that yoga can help kids focus and clear their minds of all that clutter, preparing them for thinking and learning? I know, pretty good stuff, right? Well, joining us this morning to talk about the benefits of yoga for kids and about her wonderful series of books, Learn with Yoga, is Christine Rastusha. Good morning to you, Christine.
Good morning.
I have 3 boys under the age of 10 who could use some mind clearing. So I'm glad you are here with us this morning. Tell us about the benefits of yoga for kids.
Well, the first benefit of yoga for kids is they can learn the alphabet while they're doing the yoga. So for an example, a pose called ocean breath, which connects breath with movement. Yep. You inhale up.
Here, ocean breath.
Do it with me. Inhale, exhale, and you can show them that ocean breath begins with the letter O.
Oh, wow, look at that.
And they also learn movements such as up and down,
right.
So they can learn basic concepts and prepositions while they're actually doing the poses.
So you get kind of a little bit more bang for your buck there,
exactly.
Right? You're killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
Exactly.
Well, why did you create yoga for kids? I mean, did this come from personal experience for you?
It did. I'm a speech language pathologist, so when I was in the schools, some of the kids that I work with have anxiety issues with their articulation or some of their language disorders. So I would always tell the kids to relax. Well, they really didn't know what relax meant. So I created the cards to actually show them how to relax, actually show them how to do the poses. So they would have like a yogic toolbox to use when they were anxious or they needed to breathe and relax.
You know, it's interesting because one of the ways that I would love my 10-year-old to be able to relax is when he's in class and taking tests, because he does tend to get a little bit anxious. Does something like this work in the classroom, and can it also kind of prepare them for life in general as well?
Oh, absolutely. When they're in the classroom, the Yoga for Small Spaces cards, it's a whole series of 52 cards that they can use in their seat. So when I was showing,
in their seat?
Yes,
okay.
In their chairs. So they don't even have to get up and move. So the breath, the ocean breath that I showed you actually connects the breath with the movement. If they learn how to breathe and take a deep breath, they can learn how to relax.
All right, so girl, I have to ask you this. I do not have teenagers yet, but I have seen some teenagers in action, and they're going through some things,
absolutely,
to say the least. Things that can be pretty difficult for them. Can yoga help?
Absolutely. Yoga actually balances out the hormonal system in the body. So that's called the endocrine system. And it also helps them get the focus off themselves. So when they're in doing the poses, they're working on the breathing, it's non-competitive, they're not thinking about being in cliques, they're not thinking about what they're gonna wear and their makeup and their hair. So they can actually really get embodied in the yoga and take the focus off themselves.
Well, I think that'd be great. If yoga can take the focus off of hair and what this one's wearing and what that one's doing, that would be great.
Exactly.
What can you show me now that parents out there and even teachers as well can kind of get a better sense of what yoga can do for children?
Well, I'm going to tell you a story, and then I'm going to show you an exercise series. My son, the other night, he had a Nerf gun, and I told him if he pointed it at me, I was going to take it away from him. So he threw this huge fit, was really tied to the Nerf gun, and so instead of me going crazy and yelling at him, I took a deep breath myself, and I had him do this series of poses to refocus and rechannel his energy.
Okay, what'd you have him do? Show me.
Okay.
Do you mind?
I will show you. No.
Oh, thanks. I'd love to see it because I may be using this one myself.
Yes. Okay, so you start with your feet hip distance apart. Take a deep breath in, you inhale up, exhale, and do a forward fold, look forward.
Yeah.
And then back down, and then step forward into what's called plank pose. You gotta be really strong and have strong hands to do this. Exhale down. Then you place your hands and you come up into cobra pose, and a lot of times I'll have them actually hiss like a snake. And then exhale in a downward facing dog. You can have them bark if they want to.
Hissing and barking.
Hissing and barking. Jumping forward, looking forward, exhale down, and inhale, rise back up.
How old is your son?
He is 8 years old.
He's 8 years old,
Yes.
and he did that.
He did that, but I was also having him jump forward and back to rechannel
And
his
that kind of
energy.
just kind of quelled that temper tantrum that he was having.
It did.
I think that is really terrific. I'm going to
Yes.
use that one at home myself. You know, I think
Yes.
you've done such great work with this, and I think this is such a terrific program. What's next for you, Christine?
I'm actually designing classes right now and teaching kids yoga classes that incorporate all the things we talked about, the learning, the movement, the breath.
Look at you. Great job. And thank you so much for coming by and sharing this with us, especially the sun salutation. I'll be doing that one tonight. I appreciate
Yes.
you. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Thank
you.
Get ready, boys. Again, for more information on the series of instructional manuals, the books, the ABC yoga cards for kids, and all things yoga, please visit the website. It's adria.com.